Several years ago, I decided to join an online dating site, which I won't name for legal reasons. After a month or so on this particular dating site, I met a very charming guy I'll call Brad, who I connected with almost immediately. We had a lot in common, and I discovered he lived in Washington State, which was a place I fell in love with after reading the book Twilight. Anyway, after a year or so of video chatting, I decided to visit him in Washington, where I'd be staying for 2 months. After I landed in SeaTac, Brad called to inform me that he was waiting for me at the baggage claim. Leaving the airport, Brad took me to a very elegant restaurant, where we sat for hours just chatting. Although I was extremely tired, I still enjoyed having dinner with him. It was around 10 at night when we finally reached Brad's house, and as we exited his car, I noticed there was a lake. Brad's house was located in a very exclusive neighborhood, overlooking a very large lake that was lit by the moonlight. Entering his house, I noticed that all of his furniture was covered in plastic, just like the character Patrick Bateman did in the movie American Psycho. Although it struck me as odd, I chalked it up to him being a neat freak. He did tell me that he suffered from OCD. Brad decided to give me an official tour of the house before showing me to his room. Around 1 in the morning, I was awoken by the sound of voices coming from downstairs. Walking downstairs, I could hear the rain as it beat against the roof, which had a hypnotic effect on me. Anyway, when I reached the first landing, I noticed the front door was wide open. As I reached out to close the door, I stepped in something wet. Glancing down, I noticed there several puddles of water that had accumulated around the door. I switched on the lights so I could mop up the water and saw that there were several medium-sized footprints moving through the puddles of water. I nearly fell back as I watched the footprints walk towards the door, then vanish. Through the course of the week, I began to hear voices calling me from the lake. Anyway, this strange phenomenon continued for several more days until finally it stopped. Soon, though, it was replaced by visions. About a week after the footprint incident, I had a really strange dream about a woman being murdered, then dumped into a lake. Well, when I woke up from my dream, or rather a nightmare, I needed to go to the bathroom. As I'm getting out of bed, I noticed the carpet is now wet. I never told Brad about that incident. 2 weeks later, I was in the kitchen washing dishes when something near the lake caught my eye. Straining my eyes to see, I could barely make out anything. As my eyes finally adjusted to the darkness, though, I saw that there were 3 figures standing near the lake. I quickly ran outside and saw they were now walking into the lake. I continued to follow them until eventually they were swallowed up by the water. The next morning, I went to check out the lake, and as I got closer, I saw that there was something large floating inside the water. It was a body. After the police arrived, they asked me tons of questions and later informed me that the bodies of 3 women were found in the lake. It was believed that the bodies belonged to 3 college women who went missing a month ago. They added